Hey everybody, I am back for another video review, and this time we are taking a look at the new Transformers Prime Voyager class Megatron. So taking a look at Megatron here in his vehicle mode, he is a very nice sleek Cybertronian jet. He's got his cannon here at the top. This bit here is actually a knuckle guard as well as a brass knuckle that he's able to punch people with, and he's got blades on it, some armour around the side, spikes there, so he can really punch and do some damage with that. And then we got the cannon on top here, which features the worst gimmick to come out of Transformers in this modern era. This gimmick absolutely sucks. The Power Riser gimmick is, in my opinion, not worth Hasbro investing in. It's a combination of MetTech and lights. Basically all you do is you push the trigger here at the back, and the blades for the sword that comes out of his arm cannon close like a pair of scissors, and this LED light that's on a gear spins down, and that light is supposed to go through the blade. However, it is that weak of a light, the light only travels that far and doesn't go any further. The fact that this actually lifts up and spins up like that looks appalling, and I would really have liked there to be a light gimmick in the actual cannon, and the blade to actually be a trigger to pop out rather than this MetTech. And I think they've really missed an opportunity here with this gimmick. Is they should have had light-up weapons, not integrating it with the figure, and not trying to integrate it with other gimmicks. It's a bit of a dig yourself deep in the hole with that one. It really doesn't go nowhere. The brand new Power Riser Prime, the Voyager here at the bottom, it's not the same mould as the first edition, and I've seen videos of this guy and I think he absolutely sucks. He's got clear translucent blue here. I mean, the gimmick is absolutely rubbish. It doesn't work with some figures. Megatron it works with, but Prime or any other character, nah, doesn't really work. As far as colours go, there's this grey plastic, which is a bit of a different plastic to what we're used to seeing. It's a bit more of a cheaper plastic. It's not cheap, the fact that you feel like it's going to break. It's actually quite solid, but it's a lot more different to what we're used to, which I think is going to put some people off. The clear translucent plastic here is a nice dark purple. It actually comes up blue on my camera, I think, but it's a very nice dark translucent purple, and that carries on throughout the figure, and that's also to do with the Power Riser line. They have clear translucent parts to them. For Megatron it works, for Prime and the other figures not so much. And this figure transforms nearly exactly like the Deluxe from the 2-pack. I'll give you a little flick round at the bottom here. Again, it's typical of any Transformer jet, there's bits at the bottom. You see the hands here at the back. It's a nice vehicle mode. I really do like it. Yes, his head does stick out there, but it's actually well hidden looking at it. I really do like this figure. So now let's get on to the important part, the transformation. Okay, so to start off with the transformation, first of all we have to remove the cannon from back here. And that simply connected by a peg in that hole there. Then you want to come round here and untab the wings from the side here. That's held there by that tab there. And if you fold it round like that, that gives it enough clearance to clear all this stuff. Then next thing you want to do is you just want to take these pieces up here and just move them out like that, and then fold that piece up like that. And then we're going to take this entire leg section from here, give you a better angle from there, and we are simply going to move it up like that. That flips round, and then it just firmly fits into place there. Move the legs into position. Now these sections of the wings here, you just want to fold these bits in, and then you want to twist it and then collapse it on that joint there so it clips on at that point there. And there we are. Same on this side. Fold that piece in, flip it round, connect it via that tab, and then take this bit here, flip that out. Same on that side, and that's pretty much the legs done. Then this bit here, split the top piece which hides Megatron's face and pop them off round the back here. Go to the underside here and take the arms and split them, and then lift them up on the ball joint so they untab from that peg there. Fold them out. And then, as we move these shoulder pads out of the way a little, we're able to collapse the entire back section down, and then take these two pieces here and just connect them to the chest section. And then, to connect the back section, all we need to do is push the these little tabs into that hole there, and that connects up the back section. It's not a strong connection, but it does the job. Twist the arms round, fold out the hands, fold that panel up there, just make sure that back section's flat, and then fold down his shoulder pads like that, and then just straighten him out. And there we have Transformers Prime Voyager class Megatron in robot mode. So taking a look at Megatron in his robot mode, he looks very sinister indeed. I love the translucent purple shining through, and it really gives the figure a sense of depth, and not only that, shows all these panels layered on top of each other. The design is very simple, very rounded, very clean, not too much going on, there's not too much kibble. The bits at the back here, while yes they do stick out, if you fold that panel up like that, this piece here you are able to remove, if you're gentle with it, and you're able to have a nice flush back that completely fits in with the figure. So there's hardly any kibble on it whatsoever. As far as the clear purple plastic is concerned, it really suits the figure very well. It also shows a sense of depth to the figure, with all the panel grooving and all of that underneath the chest. As well as in the arms, it really does give the arms a bit of a beefed up look as well. And as far as the light piping is concerned in the head, it does look very good with the light shining behind it, and it does feature an eye and some sort of pupil sculpted into the mould itself. But for my personal preference, I would have rather had them red. But that's not saying that it's not good light piping. I love the clear purple plastic on it. That's the plus side on it. The bad side about the purple plastic is that it could possibly break in future times, especially when you come round to the back section here. This hinge here is actually held together with a clear purple plastic centre, so in future that joint may break. So that's just a forewarning. But he is really a very nice figure. As far as articulation is concerned, he does have very good articulation. The only thing that I don't like is these shoulder pads here at the top. They look sort of in proportion. Maybe if they were a little bit smaller and attached to the shoulder area here, they might look okay. But he does have some good posability. His arms can move in and out. They're on a ball joint. Bend at the elbow is a very stiff elbow, I will admit. Twist at the wrist. Also another very tight joint because it's moving the ball joint along with it. Wrists can move in and out. Legs can move back and forth and out from the body on a ball joint. Twist at the upper part of that joint there. Bend at the leg. Pivot at the foot. And the head can move a little from side to side, up and down. It's a very limited joint because there's all this panelling round here that kind of stops it from moving any further. But you can get some good poses out of this guy. The only problem is these shoulder pads, while yes, they look good in some angles, when you want to move the arm up, you kind of have to move the shoulder pad up, which unfortunately is a bit of a letdown. But he does have a good range of posability. Weapon wise, he does have his arm cannon, which by that peg there attaches into this hole in the upper part of his arm. That hole there is for the knuckle guard, brass knuckle thing, which you can pop the arm cannon into his classic right arm there. And you can take his knuckle blade on here, and what you do is you pop it in his hand and then you tab it into the lower arm peg there, and there he is with his weapons. Now, I like the weapons, I like this. This is a very good extra piece. The fusion cannon, however, or just the arm cannon, is a little too big to what we've seen in the show, and not only that, the gimmick doesn't really help. If you push this down on here, you get the blade gimmick, which lights the light up, and it doesn't really do much. It is a horrible gimmick. It doesn't really work. So you get Megatron with a pair of scissors. You can actually have the blade down if you want to, but you kind of have to force the gears a little to get it to stop in the position that you want it to. And even then it's a bit difficult trying to get the blade exactly flush with each other. So yeah, it's not a very good gimmick at all. Really wish they made the arm cannon a little bit smaller and had a spring gimmick for the blade and a light up feature for the cannon, but there's not really a lot I can do about that. But that's it for the accessories. So here's my final thoughts about Transformers Prime Voyager class Megatron. I really do love this figure. It's one of the better Megatron figures, Voyager class wise, to come out so far, in my opinion. However, there are a few things that really let it down from being a perfect figure for me. Number one, obviously, is the arm cannon. The gimmick sucks in this. I don't like the idea. Should have never integrated it in with this. A pop-out blade, fine, but having lights involved in the whole thing, not worth it. And I really wish that you could lock the blade somehow. If that was on a spring and that blade popped out, the whole blade, that would have been fine, and had a light in the cannon, that would have done it for me. But because they've integrated it in with a Mech Tech gimmick, it doesn't work. And not only that, with the Voyagers in the line that are coming up, these lights are supposed to shine through all this plastic here and all of that stuff. Doesn't work at all. So, ineffective gimmick, doesn't do anything for the figure, not worth jack in my opinion. This accessory though, I do like the look of it. It looks really dangerous and menacing. The overall look of the figure, he looks really good, not much kibble. Shoulder pads a little oversized for me, but they do fit the part. Some poses they look a little odd and you do have to move them out of the way. Clear translucent plastic, while it does look good on this figure, might cause some problems later on in terms of tolerances, especially with that hinge joint on the legs. The way that the light shines through the clear plastic, I absolutely love. It really looks like dark energon flowing through his veins. But the one thing that sells this figure for me is the fantastic, evil-looking head sculpt and that light piping. While I do prefer the eyes to be red, there is a very awesome and sinister look to come out of that face. It looks evil. It really does suit Megatron very well. Transformation wise, nearly exactly like the Deluxe. Very similar. I like the idea. Keeps it simple. And not only that, it proves that they can take a smaller class figure and still incorporate the same transformation with a little few differences, but they're able to up-class a figure. Plastic wise, the plastic is a little different to what I'm used to and what other fans are used to. It's a very different type of plastic that we've seen in Transformers. But it's nothing too terrible. It's not flimsy, it's not weak in any way. It actually feels really solid, it's just different. So I have no faults on the plastic whatsoever. So anyway, that's it for this review. Stay tuned for more video reviews coming soon. Please subscribe, and this is me saying see you later, guys.